Fire signs, it looks as though you are on the precipice of some changing circumstances to do with your finances or practical matters. There seems to be the need here to guard your peace for some reason, but let's take a look. There seems to be some sort of decision that you might be weighing up. You might be balancing your thoughts regarding your finances, a bit of a decision point, but it feels exciting. It feels like there is a new opportunity for some kind of fresh start. This is something new that is going to come at you, it feels like. Now, could it be to do with work? King of Pentacles is very earthy energy. This is somebody really at the top of their game in terms of finances, stability, security, job satisfaction. And so you could be getting a fresh start in this area thanks to this kind of person, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Or this is you kind of stepping into this new era of majesty in terms of your money, your finances, that sort of thing. You're just your stability and security. Now, for some reason, you are being urged to set really good boundaries with Saturn there in your first house of your persona, the way you project yourself out into the world. To me, this always speaks of having boundaries, you know, keeping things out that are going to preserve your peace. And that was bolstered by this Temperance card. Now, very much like this Two of Pentacles, this is about keeping your balance, keeping things in perspective, keeping things on an even keel, especially your attitudes and your emotions, keeping yourself together here. Moderation, harmony, tranquility. Temperance also speaks of patience. And we know that fire signs can act first and think about the consequences later, and that's what you don't want to do. Saturn there is saying slow down. It's in that Aries first house that is very impulsive, so you will want to not make any sudden moves right now in whatever this is. So let's see what else the universe wants you to know about these changing circumstances that are going to bring a fresh start for you in the realm of finances and security. Yes, it does seem like there is something coming through that is going to really affect your emotional security, the foundations of your life, and it feels like there is some benefit coming to you financially that is going to really make you feel a lot more grounded, a lot more stable and secure. There is a river of blessings that wants to come in and is on its way, but there feels like the need to sort of be a bit guarded about this, or at the very least, think about long-range plans rather than just making some off the top of your head spending decisions. So you want to think about what security means to you emotionally. So it's thinking about the big picture and what is genuinely meaningful, not being sort of sidetracked by dollar amounts or things that seem superficially glamorous and appealing. This is about really getting down to the roots of what's important to you. So there is some balancing out or a decision that might be made. There could even be a decision in your favor that awards you some kind of financial benefit. There could be a decision to unite with someone here, or maybe this is the end of a partnership. So this is where the money will come to you. So yeah, it'll be different for everybody, but there is this repeated call here for balance and equilibrium. And if this is about a fresh start and a new beginning in not a very happy way, where you're carving things up in order to start again, then you are being asked to let the past go without trying to cling on to it, and remembering that there are good times ahead for you, that something old or outworn, there is some sort of feeling of an ending here as well as a new beginning. So this is quite clear, but it seems to have some kind of impact on your financial security. And again, we see here, there is some sort of old circumstance in your life that, whether you like it or not, has moved away. In fact, it has been eclipsed out, or will be eclipsed out of your life, maybe quite suddenly. But it is really time to focus on the deep and meaningfuls. Now, what you don't want to be doing, you want to lean away from any kind of squabbling and any ego battles with the Five of Wands. It feels like squabbling over stuff in a divorce instead, and the smaller stuff, rather than keeping your eye on the big picture and the fresh start and what genuinely you might need, rather than things that you attach a lot of symbolism to, that when you think about it, just because it's supposedly expensive, do you really want it? It's that kind of vibe. It's sort of look for ways to keep the peace and find balance and fairness. This is two equal partners here. Justice is all about fairness, and one of the first cards out was Temperance, which is about balance and serenity and harmony. So you can see this is a really big theme. And if you can focus on the blessings side of things and not what you've lost, that is really going to serve you well. So the energy to lean towards is the moon. Now that is kind of an energy of disappointment, of sadness, of life's mysteries that you can't quite fathom. And it might be the fact that you have to swallow something, that maybe I'll never know what happens, or maybe I will, if I let it, I'll always feel hard done by somebody in a split or in a business deal, something along those lines. There might be something to come to terms with here with the moon, but this is energy to lean towards. Also, your intuition might serve you really well. If you can find a quiet moment to just look at this new chapter in your financial and emotional security, your intuition will guide you here into what is truly valuable for you. And you want to lean towards being cooperative and being collaborative with someone or with a group. So it's better not to fight for your own ego's sense of triumph in something. So maybe this is a really good business deal coming in and it's a partnership, but your ego wants to battle for 51% rather than 50%, or even 49% if someone else is going to have the lion's share. There's some kind of element where you might stand in your own way here, fighting for a principle that actually doesn't serve you. And if you take a step back, you tune in with your intuition and think about, well, wait a minute, what really means the most to me? Then you see what has genuine value, and you can be a lot more accepting of whatever this opportunity is. So definitely action leads to success at the moment. That is one of your cards to finish up with here. So it is about making this work, doing the teamwork, wrong card. Doing the teamwork here, maybe uncovering anything mysterious or hidden, or maybe just accepting there's stuff there that that's maybe less than ideal, but the big picture is, go for it. This is a valuable, abundant opportunity. I don't know, maybe you're getting paid out from something that you would rather stay part of. Like you're being ousted from a job. You're sort of being advised to see the writing on the wall, intuitively know something's not worth fighting for, and to accept that there is a payday or a gain out of this, and look on the bright side if you can. Let's get a couple more cards just to finish up. Look at that. Look at the bright side. And look at your future. There is a really beautiful, bright future ahead of you. And there might be an element of disappointment here. But it really, just what I've been saying, you've really got to focus on the future horizon and know that it's going to work out for the best, rather than fight for something that has actually already, even though you may not like to admit it, been and gone. So I hope that helps you, my darlings. If you would like a personal reading, I do have a few available on my website. But meanwhile, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love and joy.